Sometimes history can be stranger than fictional. Would you believe if I say that a curse given by a woman to the royal family actually came true? Yes, because of that one curse, the city of Talakadu drowned in sand and the town of Malangi went underwater, and the royal Vodaya family could only have children in the alternate generations. Raja Vodaya was the one who completely drove out Vijayanagas from the Srirangapatnam and established the Vodaya kingdom in Mysore with Srirangapatnam as the capital. He was the ninth ruler of the dynasty and was a very courageous man with lots of love for arts and culture. At that time, the Viceroy of Srirangapatnam was Tirumala Raya, a distant relative of Venkatapati Krishnadevaraya, who was the king of Vijayanagar. Both Tirumala and Raja Vodaya were competing with each other for capturing South Karnataka. Tirumala wanted to take control over the Srirangapatnam Mysore province, so he made a plan to kill his enemy Raja Vodaya. He invited Raja Vodaya to a parade of his army and planned to have him killed there. But Raja Vodaya got to know about this plan and attacked Srirangapatnam. Tirumala lost his life in this battle and Srirangapatnam was captured by Raja Vodaya. Alamelamma, the wife of Tirumala Raya, was an ardent devotee of Sriranganayagi, the presiding deity of the famous Adiranga temple of Srirangapatnam. She had a huge amount of precious jewels, including a fine nose ring studded with a large pearl. It was at that time where widowed women would not wear many jewels, so she donated all her jewels to the temple of Sriranganayagi. Every Friday and Tuesday, the deity of Sriranganayagi was decorated with the jewels given by Alamelamma, but she was not ready to completely give away the jewels. She kept the custody of the jewels and gave it to the temple only during the puja days. So the temple authorities requested a complete authority over the jewels, as that was the normal practice, but she refused it. Now the temple authorities approached Raja Vodaya and he sent a few people to Malangi, where Alamelamma was staying, with a request to return the jewels, but only the pearl-studded nose ring was sent back by Alamelamma. So Raja Vodaya sent his army to Talakad to ask her once again, and if she refused, he ordered them to seize the jewels by force. To escape from the army, Alamelamma jumped into a whirlpool in the Kaveri at Talakad with all her jewels and uttered that legendary curse on Raja Vodaya, and that curse was passed down as a folklore for the past 400 years. Talakadu Maralagali, Malangi Maduvagali, Mysuru Maharajagige Makkalagadirali, which means may Talakadu turn into a barren expanse of sand, may Malangi turn into a whirlpool, may the Rajas of Mysore not have children. Hearing this extreme step taken by Alamelamma, Raja Vodaya felt so guilty, because in this culture, you can conquer a kingdom, kill the enemy or do whatever you want with him, but you shouldn't touch the women over there. A curse coming from a woman means it's a very big deal. So Raja Vodaya felt so bad, and as a way of expressing his grief, he made a golden idol of Alamelamma, installed it in the palace and worshipped it as a deity. A strand of her hair was also preserved in a box. Even to this day, Alamelamma's idol can be found inside the Mysore palace and is still being worshipped by the royal family. And the same huge pearl-studded nosepin is today adoring both the goddesses of Ranganayagi and Alamelamma. And the Dasara festivities inside the palace on the evening of Navaratri end only with the formal puja to Alamelamma. A woman who cursed their dynasty became a goddess for them. And that curse actually came true. Talakadu now looks like a mini desert, and the area of Malangi is nothing but a whirlpool now, and the Rajas of Mysore are having children only in the alternate generations for the past 400 years. Alternate generations in the sense, if a king ended up not having a child, he would adopt any of his relatives' child, and now the adopted son would grow up and give birth to a son. Now this son, who already born as a prince, most probably would not have a child of its own, and he grows up and adopts another child, and the circle continues like this. For example, Nalwadi Krishnaraja Vodaya, one of the most celebrated Vodaya kings, had no child and chose his nephew Jayachamma Raja as his successor, and Jayachamma Raja gave birth to Srikanda Datta, and Srikanda Datta died childless. Historian Dr. Veerappa said, if we take a scientific view, there is no scope for curse. But if you observe the Vodaya family tree, 6 rulers since the 17th century have been adopted sons. The Vodayas too acknowledge it as a fact. Even recently in 2017, Yaduvai Krishnadatta Chamaraja Vodaya and his wife Trishika Kumari gave birth to a son, but Yaduvai Vodaya was her adopted son. So let's hope at least hereafter Alamelamma's anger will cool down and her curse will be lifted.